Finn, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave. You are a good boy, dude. Get over here and heel. Come here, brother. Sit. This is Dixie, and Dixie stays with me when her mom goes out of town. Dixie did a board and train years ago, and before Dixie came to me for the board and train, her mom had called a sit means sit trainer, and I know it was a sit means sit trainer because she had a sit means sit e-collar. However, when we were doing the board and train, I quickly found out if you put the e-collar on Dixie that, she was freaked out by the e-collar. A friend of mine who was a sit means sit trainer told me that the protocol is like they claim that they'll get the dog off leash in 5 days. And their protocol is this is what he's told me. They take the e-collar and they amp it up all the way to the point where the dog's just about to make a vocalization, and then they start pulling the dog into heel. It's fucked up. So when we did the board and train, we couldn't use an e-collar because Dixie was so freaked out. I put the e-collar on her, even on a low setting, she'd shut down. So that's no good. So we did the board and train without the e-collar. This was years ago before I started using e-collar technologies, right? So enough time had passed with Dixie, they sort of forget about it. It's like they're not thinking about it, but their bodies stop responding that way. Dixie, no, leave the chicken alone. So we got an e-collar technologies collar on the dog, on Dixie, because Dixie's mom, there's status issues with the dog. There's no status issues with Dixie and me. I can walk the dog wherever. This dog totally kisses my ass. I don't have to have the e-collar on Dixie. It's not an issue, but I put the collar on Dixie while she's staying with me because I want to keep refreshing Dixie's memory, because Dixie's going to go back and her mom has to deal with her. Do you understand? So, I'll put it on her, and maybe I'll stimulate once on some ridiculously low setting, like 2. Just a reminder that the collar's on, she needs to behave with the collar on, that we can control her from a distance, and you have to do this. Now, if Dixie's mom stopped putting the e-collar on Dixie, she'll start having problems with Dixie again. You need to keep the collar on the dog until the dog is fully trained. And even after the dog is fully trained, it stays on for 6 months, even though that you're not using it. These are so important to keep using on your dog. And it's also so important that you're drilling your dog. It could be something as simple as this, right? But you should do a little bit of this each day. Come on, you got the dog. You can't work the dog for like 2 minutes. This is important shit. So if I don't have the e-collar on her, right, I still come out and I do something similar to this or something else. Dixie, heel. Sit. Dixie, heel. Come on, baby, heel. Sit. Dixie, heel. No, heel. Good girl. Sit. That's good. This dog kisses my ass, I'm telling you. She's just always looking at me like, Dixie, here, heel. Come on, baby, heel. Sit. Oh, that was a good one. Sit. Good girl. When you're doing this, you're getting success with the dog. You're telling the dog it's doing something good. That's what the dog is about. They want to know that they're doing something right. If you just have the dog as like some dog that does whatever, you're gonna have problems. Love is not enough for the dog. This is a fact. If you think that loving the dog is going to be enough, you are so sadly mistaken. You're so sadly mistaken. Dixie's mom loves this dog. That's why in the morning she's going to go out, she puts on the e-collar on Dixie. That's why she'll use a prong collar. She wants to have a good relationship with the dog. If you're out on the street and the dog's dragging you around, that's not a good relationship. Know that. Know this. If your dog is not healing and you do not use a potty command properly, your dog's never going to heal. That's a fact. If you're walking around and you just walk the dog and the dog's sniffing around, ignoring you, it's not going to freaking heal. You walk up to the area, you know the dog's going to pee, and then the dog should stay at heel, and then you release the dog saying, hurry, hurry. That's the potty command. You stand in one place and let the dog go back and forth. That's the only time that the dog should be getting, can sniff around. If you're on a walk with the dog, you take you take the time to make sure that the dog's at heel. And if you have an e-collar on the dog, and like her mom uses a prong collar, making sure that you're training the dog. You are training the dog as long as you're keeping the dog at heel and you're using a potty command, releasing the dog to go to the bathroom. There's many people, I'm sure somebody's going to see this that has done this, like they got the dog e-collar conditioned and you stopped using the e-collar. It's a big mistake. Keep the e-collar on the dog. And if you're going to get an e-collar, get one of these, because these things you can use lower than a human can feel it. That's what you want to do. You want it floating in the background. So if you're walking down the street or something and you give a correction, you can tie it in with this too. It'd be a leash correction when I say no and this, and repeat the command. No, heel. And keep, you have to do this. You have to do this. So know this. You got your dog e-collar conditioned properly, not through sit means sit. You keep putting the e-collar on the dog because you want the dog to be compliant for you. Dixie, heel. Sit. Finn, get up there, brother. Here, spin around. Sit. This is Finn. And Finn did a board and train a while ago, maybe in the last year, and his mom stopped using the e-collar. So he hadn't had an e-collar on in months. I knew right away, as soon as, I got him on a leash in the backyard, he wouldn't heel, he wouldn't listen, he was non-compliant. I think a lot of owners, like the dog's coming, he was young when he was going back, maybe 4.5 months old, something like that. But they discount putting this on daily. They're just, their human experiences, it doesn't make sense. But you want to keep putting this on the dog, or else your dog's going to go south. And that's what happened with him. This happened with Joopy. Joopy got e-collar condition, and his mom stopped using it, and then she was having trouble getting them to heel on the street. And I said, are you putting the e-collar on? Well, no, I'm not. Well, there you go. You want the dog to heel. You want the dog to be as calm as possible. If you know that the dog's calmer and compliant with an e-collar, it takes 15 seconds to put it on in the morning and 15 seconds to take it off in the evening. You know that the dog is more compliant. Now, Finn is on about 15. I've taken it up a little bit and a little bit down. We're working him on 15. That's right where some humans are going to feel it. Some humans aren't going to feel it until about 20. So he's better, man. He came in, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do the weave pulls. He was terrible on a leash. I would call him. He wouldn't come to me. When he came in, I was working hard. I'm like, I got to put an e-collar on him and get him functioning for me. He's staying with me. I work 13, 14-hour days. I don't want to work harder. So after a few days, I have a dog that's functioning great and that I'm going to be training to catch a Frisbee. To get him to catch the Frisbee, this is not going to be a problem. The first thing that we're going to do is go over this, which is just hold. And get him to hold the object, the Frisbee, in his mouth. Sometimes we'll have the dog hold it like this, right? Sometimes we'll have the dog hold it like this. Hold. And I want him to get used to holding it. It's a totally different object. I did not go over this during the board and train. Hold, hold, drop. He's great. I'm telling you, I brought him in. I did a video saying we have to get him to do the weave pulls. He wouldn't do the weave pulls. Now he's doing it off leash. You want to see? Finn, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave. You are a good boy, dude. Get over here and heel. Come here, brother. Sit. It's compliant again. It's a totally different dog. I can walk around the yard. I have the e-collar in my hand. If he's getting a little bit ahead of me, I say no heel. When I say no, I might use the stimulate button to remind him he needs to stay at heel. Watch this guy do the weave pulls. He's good. Here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, here, weave, sit. That was awesome. That was awesome. See, I'm telling you, you use this until the dog is fully trained, and then even after the dog is fully trained, the same scenario, right? Same scenario. See, he's awesome. He's freaking awesome. I had him in the field, and he was staying with me at heel. There's no way on the first 2 days, I would have done that with him. No way. He wasn't listening at all. Now, it's not a problem. Now, I can walk him around, you know, off leash. He pays attention. Finn, he's not really paying attention. He likes the chickens. But I can walk him around at heel, and he's compliant. That makes for a healthy, happy dog. Don't let your dog just do whatever. Like if Finn's coming out of the crate, he shouldn't be running out of the crate. Because if he's running out of the crate or running out any door like that, your dog's going to be a douche on the street. He is. Make the dog wait. Open the door, make the dog wait, and then tell the dog to get to heel. So you're setting the stage for the dog healing outside. If they're running through doors, doors are a point of positive reinforcement for the dog. If you're doing that with your dog will be a mess on the street. Watch this guy heel around my yard. Finn, heel. Come on, buddy, heel. No, heel. Finn, over here, heel. No, heel. Sit. Finn, get up there. No, get up there. No, here. Sit. They're happier when they're content like this. Excitement is the point. All dogs make mistakes. Bark, lunge, bite, or don't listen. If you're having problems with your dog, get your dog to heel. If your dog was e-collar conditioned, keep using it until you get the dog fully trained. Then you put it on for 6 months after. And also, he's 10 months old. If you have a dog that is e-collar conditioned at 4 months and you're going into the teenage months, 5 months to, 11 months, whatever, and you're not using elements of control and you're just letting the dog do whatever, you'll be conditioning the dog to just have bad behaviors and be non-compliant. Those are the facts. This guy is fucking awesome. He will catch the Frisbee. He will run and catch it. Won't you, Finn? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to fucking catch a Frisbee. I'm going to be a fucking star. You are going to be a star, Finn. What about Trump? He's the worst. He is the fucking worst. Manafort's going to jail, Caine. He's going to jail. Yeah, I know that, Finn. That's awesome, right? It's awesome. Well, it's not awesome somebody's going to jail. He's a criminal. He's Trump's friend. Trump could end up in jail. He most certainly could. You support that guy? You think that there's no way that he could go to jail? You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind. If Trump did anything on state charges, nobody's above the law. If they can get him on anything, they might not be able to get him for treason,
right? But there might be something else that they can get him on. If they have him on treason, by the way, Putin says that he talks to Trump all the time. He's got something on Trump. Of course he talks to Trump. Right, Fen?
You're damn right. You're damn right, Caine. Trump might go to jail.
I'm not saying that I won't like break out a leash and use a leash with him. You betcha.